Okay, so today we critiquing and roasting a website, and I want to thank Adam from Totiki Landcare for kindly volunteering his website for the cause. Now, what we're going to focus on here is the easy stuff, the low-hanging fruit. I've got a little list I'm going to work through. I haven't really done this before, but if you don't know who I am, website strategy is my thing. Website optimization. I'm a big believer in marginal gains, and when I look at websites, I just see so many opportunities to make them better, to make them reflect your business better, to make them get more leads, and to generally close the gap between where you like say where your business is operating in 2026 and what's been reflected online. First on the chopping block today is Totoki Landcare, and I'm going to work through my little list here, but what we're going to focus on is the stuff that is easy and simple. I'm aware that a lot of business owners are just too damn busy to get to this stuff, and it lags behind. And so the idea isn't to overload you with stuff. It's really about the simple things that make a difference. And a lot of what I'm saying here can be transferred to basically any website. This is the same type of methodology that I apply to a lot of the websites that I build myself. So let's get straight into it. First impressions of Totoki Landcare's website is it's dated, and we're probably sitting on a WordPress website here, I'm guessing. And I'm picking that this team has built this website a while ago on this old platform, and they've continued to update it, but they probably recognize that, the platform itself, or the theme of the WordPress thing they're using is holding them back a little bit here. So what I see when I first come on this website, big Totoki Landcare logo. Now, the people that care the most about your logo is generally you, your client. Probably don't care that much about your logo. So keeping it just in the corner of the page there is fine. You probably don't need it here. And this first line here needs to be made larger. And I probably want to look at the language that we're using here. I've had a look at this business's all the socials as well, and there's better language used across on Instagram. A team of qualified, experienced, and skilled restoration ecologists working to restore Aotearoa's unique ecosystem. It feels like it's telling us what you're doing a little bit clearer. I would also add in here potentially, who you work alongside. Like, is it government organizations? Is it business owners? Is it landowners? Being very clear and then having that language in here. So that's kind of the first thing that I notice here. And then we're kind of straight into the main kind of services. What I see the homepage is a bit of like a menu of everything that is within the website. And so the kind of pages reflected on the website, on the homepage rather. And if we're jumping straight into just the services offered, I think there's a bit of an opportunity missed here where we're not actually showing the people behind the business. So that's one thing that I really notice about this. Behind it is amazing, and there's some incredible people doing some incredible work, and we can see that across all the socials for this business, but we don't have any faces on the homepage. So I look to have more faces on this homepage. Also, these images here are quite pixelated, which just screams that it needs an update. Looking at this top navigation bar, we're using language that is quite complex, mapping and geospatial data sets. So that might be the correct way to describe your service, but is it the way that your clients describe it? And I often use the rule of thumb is use the simplest language, the dumbest language to describe your service. And that's probably the way your clients will. And so there's balance there, but I would simplify the language here, probably simplify this menu in general. One thing that's missing here is this contact us button is hidden away. Generally, you want to have what we call a call to action, which is a fancy word for a button, right up in this corner here, really clear and a bit prioritized, made larger, and have that as your contact, like the core thing you want people to do when they visit your website. We need to make that really clear. It's good that we've got these buttons here and the contact us button there, but I would definitely look at having one there as well. In general, I'd look to restructure this homepage. It's so important. Like, homepage is a valuable page on your website. It's where people first land, and we need to tell them who you are, what you do, and who you do it for, and the reasons to choose you. And so some of the things missing on this homepage are things like your testimonials. Now, I've had a look here and we can see that this business does have 5-star Google reviews. So I'd be asking the team, Adam and the team at Totiki to, go to your clients and ask for Google reviews. Leaving a lazy one. So reviews can be added to the homepage for sure. Other things that I've picked up are like, there are some organizations that you work with. I just want to see if I can find, it was like buried right down the bottom here. So we've got affiliations and accreditations and awards. So these are the type of people you work alongside and your accreditations. Like this needs to be a bit more prominent rather than just buried on the about page. I think that it deserves a place on the homepage to show that credibility, to help people trust who you are. This asset here, this video is incredible. I watched through this and it paints the picture of the entire business, and it really is grounded in and your approach is very meaningful in the way that you want to make a difference for the ecological landscape here in New Zealand. And I think the language that you use and here, the fact that you guys have some faces to the business within this video, I think that's really powerful, and it's underutilized just sitting here on this page like this. I would be giving this a title like who we are. I would be putting this further up the page. I would be using this 8-minute video and splicing it into separate videos, because there's lots of gold in there that can be utilized. And yeah, just in general, showing the people behind the business, because what you're doing is meaningful work and we need to show that a little bit more. So I have this question here, like, does this website match your business? And I would say currently no. Like, I see what you're doing on Instagram and on Facebook with these 100 days, and it's just got a huge following, which is absolutely amazing. Like, this work here, this is incredible. Building awareness for what you do in the plants of New Zealand. Having these videos also like somewhere on your website as well, just linking it all through. Like, a way to think about it is all these different, I suppose, tools in your digital toolkit they're all part of like a flywheel. So if you're updating your Facebook, thinking about how we can repurpose this content on your website, because I mean, this is just receiving so much attention and so much views that we want to show this on your website. So it's connected there. One opportunity that was missed was doing 100 days onto your YouTube channel as well. So this has obviously not received the same attention as Facebook and Instagram, but you've got these videos anyway. A simple value add is just start the 100 days challenge on YouTube as well. These videos are getting out there across multiple platforms. And if you are doing another challenge like this or series like this, do it on YouTube as well. So it's in multiple places. Yeah, so we've covered off a few things there. First impressions, general kind of layout stuff, language stuff. Trying to rattle through a few things, trying to keep it nice and simple and high level. Another big one, and this is really, really important in 2026, is whether your website is mobile optimized. And so a good way to kind of test that is to actually drag window in. Now you're going to see a lovely photo of me and my partner in the background there, me and my fiance, but this gives you an idea of what the website looks like on mobile, and you get an idea for some of what I'd call graphical errors. Like, we've got some pretty close margins here with some of this text. We probably need some headings in some of this text here. This is kind of prevalent on the desktop version as well, but you kind of really notice how close some of these margins are. One other thing is, again, the importance of having like a really clear button. So we've got this hamburger menu here, and then when we open this up, this is quite hard to use because the space in here gets compressed and you've got quite long page titles. So if we drop down here, we have to really dig to find that contact page. We can of course find it here. And then this page here definitely needs some work. We can see in that top corner there's supposed to be an image that's showing in this space here, but at present it's just all green, so it looks like that image is bugged out. You can make these buttons clickable so people can just click them straight away to call. Often on website platforms, you can also add a click to call button up in the top right hand corner here, just to kind of, what we're trying to do is reduce the drag, make things as simple as possible or idiot proof for people to get in contact or take whatever is the most important action you want them to take on a website. So if you're wanting them to sign up to something, then you make that the priority action on the website. Or if you want them to land on this contact page, you make that really easy to find. If you want them just to ring you, you make that really well. So for mobile, we've the mobile is suffering a lot of the same things that the desktop is suffering. And we've got these issues here with like some spacing. The spacing issues are probably more prevalent on mobile. We can see some of these like spacing margins here compared to here are a little bit inconsistent. But that's kind of like design aspects. So when I think about what is underutilized on this website, it's all of your social stuff. It's all of the people behind the business. It's this video really making your website have a face, connecting it to the people. We've got this image here, but it's hard to see. I want to see each of these people. I want to see them larger. I'd also recommend on the about page we consider reordering some of this, because we've got director would sit near the top. You'd have your leadership team. That's the first people you see. But I just want to see big group team photos everywhere. I think that that's a major opportunity to show the people behind the business, because New Zealanders and New Zealand businesses connect with people, and I think they'll do some really heavy lifting there. The other one there is obviously showing your credibility. You've got a massive following on media. You've been clearly doing some amazing work, and we can see that when you're speaking about it in this video down here. Some of the people that you've worked with, which is buried down the bottom here, and some of the affiliations you have, as well as like your testimonials and everything, that all needs to be brought to the surface on your website a bit more. And there's other little things in this website, like there's quite a lot of depth here. Like you've got a whole training academy, which I think is just hidden in one tab here. This can be touched on the website as well. I mean, on the homepage. And you've even got this handbook, which takes you off page. This is amazing. Like the fact that you've got a resource like this, I would have this image sitting on the homepage somewhere as a, download or buy our regeneration handbook. Ideally, you'd want this to sit within your website, because ideally you want to keep people on your website. But that's an amazing little asset you've got here. And then all of these different resources you've got here are just incredible. This Autopsy Academy needs to have more spotlight on this homepage here, as does, this is quite a different thing here, having this co-working space available. So shared workspace for hot desking alongside like-minded individuals. That's really unique. The name of it, Biodiversity Hotspot, I don't know what that means. So language thing here, using simple language and featuring this on your homepage, giving a bit of airtime if this is, a priority for the business or something that you want to grow. So there's like a wealth of things that you can do with this website. And all we're trying to achieve is make the website reflect what an amazing business this is and the incredible things that they're doing. And so these are the main things that I kind of see. The things this website does really well is it provides a lot of different avenues for people to explore. And like I say, it just needs to be a little bit more accessible, a little bit maybe simpler in some of this navigation, and kind of prioritized and given a bit of spotlight on the homepage at least. And then also that contact page, having that a bit more prevalent. And while I'm at it, my last thing is having these as their own pages, these projects, and expanding on them a bit more, just to show the breadth of what they're doing, especially if you're able to tag these by, location. So this is Morrinsville, or by the type of work that you're doing, you can start to order them and group of work you're doing. So then if you get, say, another client coming along, wanting some bush regeneration, and you're able to provide examples of you doing that type of work, then you can just send them a link and it's got like, hey, here's all of our bush regeneration projects we've done in the past. And they're all standalone pages showing these, Sealy's Gully, bush regeneration, and other ones there. So I would definitely create individual pages for all of these and group them by type of service and location. That's also really good for, a lot of what I'm talking about is also really good for just general Google SEO as well. So this, having a website that's easy to use, benefits your findability on Google, helps with your search engine optimization. It also helps with how often you appear in AI as well. So AI just wants to reference, if somebody's looking for the services you provide and they're using AI to search for that, AI is going to scroll through a bunch of different websites to try and find the best person that matches. And if you can provide a lot of evidence that you are, a lot of credibility, a lot of examples, then the likelihood that you get referenced is definitely higher. So yeah, we've covered a lot of ground there. This video is longer than I intended it to be. My first time doing something like this. I do this with my clients, but this is something I want to make more regular as part of a website Autopsy series. So thank you, Adam, for being the first volunteer. And if you are keen to volunteer your website and get it kind of picked apart and yeah, have a bit of a game plan of the things that you can address right now, then I'll leave a link in the bio that you can contact me directly through. Cheers.